Howdy folks, I'm Scoryth, the Crimson Renegade. Welcome back to Final Fantasy VII. Last time, we killed a giant bottom scroll creature, rescued a little girl, and now we're dressed in a Shinra soldier outfit because we need to mix in with the soldiers. Yeah, so let's do that. I don't think we can go this way. Okay, this doesn't lead anywhere. That elevator, if you were to take it, would take you back down to Lower Junon. You'd go out the door. The soldiers say, "Hey, it's not ending your shift" or something like that. You end up turning around, going back in, and going back up. You can't actually return to Lower Junon right now. So that would just be a waste of time if I were to show that. But we do get this little fancy cutscene here. You get actually a full FMV look at the city of Junon and a giant cannon that's mounted in the very middle of it. And people would wonder why you would build a giant cannon in the side of a hill next to a beach. Well, if you think about it, it's a coastal defense battery. If I were to show you where it was actually on the map, it is actually on the coastline of the eastern continent. The eastern continent. So it would be able to actually, and it does move, even though it doesn't look, it does move. It can move side to side, and would be good for gunning down enemy ships attempting to invade the eastern continent. Obviously, this was probably made back during that war that they talked about that Shinra was involved in long ago. The war between Shinra and Wutai, for example. I'm sure Wutai wasn't the only place that was actually against Shinra, so they used that cannon as a defensive structure. I know it probably looks like the cannon is going to be kind of useless, one cannon defend an entire beach, but when you see the kind of firepower that cannon has, it could probably do the trick. So we're going to be taking a shortcut. We are this guy over here. Unfortunately, we can't go anywhere. We're not free to roam anymore. We pretty much have to go wherever this our leader tells us to. In case you're curious as to which one we are, we're this guy. And remember, if you're ever lost and unsure which Shinra soldier you are, you can press assist and put the finger over your head. Alright, let's talk to the guy in red, or maroon, what are you going to call it. And we go in. We literally can't go anywhere. If we try to go into these other buildings, he'd stop us and we'd go back. Alright, what he's going to do is he's going to run out here and get in the back of this line, and he's going to walk in rhythm with the troops. So we need to do the same thing. We want to try to get this percentage number as high as possible. I'm not very good at this minigame. I don't know how to keep it high. I'm going to do the best I can, though. So I'm going to skip this. Okay. Alright. Now the next group comes by. I need to get in line behind them. Right behind the soldier here. And hold the A button. Nope, apparently didn't do it right. Like I said, I'm not very good. I thought I was in the right spot. I don't know what I did wrong there. Say that, and then I think I got pulled away again. I don't get it. I've never gotten the. I think there's like 3 tiers of items you can get. The best, best, medium, and worst. And I honestly don't know what the best is. I've never gotten. God damn it. Because I've never gotten it. Okay, I guess I'm in the right spot. I'm just holding the A button now. What's that soldier doing? Is that soldier a bomb? And we get a grenade. I think that's the worst possible item you can get. Like I said, I don't know exactly what the best item is to get because I've never gotten it. Obviously, as you can tell how bad I did there. I'm not good at that mini game, so. All right. What we're going to do here is pretty much just sit and just listen to the conversation. We can actually jack around if we wanted to. We can try to move and stuff. And the soldier above us is going to keep saying "hey" every time we move. So no point in doing anything. So I'm just listening to what's going on. So the reason that Shinra is crossing the ocean on a ferry boat is because their airship isn't working. And apparently the Air Force, the Shinra Air Force, the airplane called, I think it's called the Gelnica. That's how you pronounce that, or Gelnica? I would go with Gelnica. That sounds makes more sense to me. Even that doesn't work apparently, because our only response out of Heidegger is that laugh. Oh, you gotta chew in. I'm not quite sure what this gondola thing here is, but Heidegger's mask you gotta take out on us. Even though nothing happens, he's almost late for getting aboard the gondola. I was like, whatever. I hadn't noticed. Oh, apparently the man in the black cape, Sephiroth, has been there. But nobody can seem to find him. Well, how many other people in black capes do you know? No matter what answer you pick here, it does not matter. The same result's going to happen. But if I am, again, I don't know why they gave you an option for a question there, because both questions get the same result. This mini game I'm a little bit better at. We're going to get help again from our singing buddies from earlier. Here's what's going to happen. As you can see, he's going to yell a series of commands, and the commands are going to be down here in the lower right-hand corner. He'll yell out a button. If he says left or right, you tell left or turn right, and he yells out OK. You press OK. You push cancel. You push cancel. Basically, it's a Simon Says game, more or less. So we're going to go ahead and follow his orders. Press OK. Menu. Switch. Cancel, left turn, and right turn. Now the order that he's going to be yelling out the buttons is going to be completely random. So what you see here is not what he's going to use in the actual mini game, and what you see in my recording in this episode won't be probably what you'll see if you play it yourself. So it truly is randomized with every time you play. So don't think you just by following the commands here you'll be able to get it, because you won't. I promise it will be different. So we'll say I've got it. Granted, we don't have to worry about this mini game for a little while. Today's special pose. Let us decide. All right, our best move is, of course, the one, the only, with additional fanfare music, of course. All right. They're all going to leave, and now we are free to roam Junon now. So we're going to go ahead and do that. I'm not going to bother saving again because I'm good. Actually, you know what? I want to go ahead and save just in case. But we're free to roam. We're free to roam Upper Junon, not Lower Junon. We still can't take the elevator that you take down here and go back to Lower Junon. You still can't go down there yet. So we're going to throw in a quick save, and I'll be right back. All right, I'm all saved up, and ready to go. So let's get to it. Like I said, this mini game. Excuse me, sorry about that. This mini game that the Simon Says mini game that we have to do. We don't have to worry about it for a little while. We got some traveling we can do first. First thing we're going to do is we're going to go into this little place here where we took that little shortcut. Actually, no, oh, it's the next spot. Okay, before we do that, we're going to go over here and talk to this guy. This is the shop. We'll do a little shopping while we have the opportunity. I believe this is the materia shop. It doesn't really have any materia that I'm really interested in. He does have a couple of new materia that I haven't shown before, so I'm going to explain what these are. Obviously, he has the sense materia. We already know what this is. For those who may have forgotten or didn't know, the sense materia is essentially the Libra skill from later Final Fantasy games. It allows you, or even scan, as it's called in some games. It allows you to sense or scan any enemy on the field and learn their HP, MP, weaknesses, strengths, things of that sort. Of course, there are some exceptions. There's some enemies that you can't scan no matter what. And as you can see, it's a yellow materia, meaning it's a command materia, so it will be on your main command bar. You don't have to access into the menu for it. Me personally, I don't really need it because I pretty much know all of the enemies in this game well enough to know what weaknesses and strengths are. Some of them are pretty obvious. Most undead enemies are weak to healing magic, holy magic, and fire. There are not a lot of enemies that are weak to ice, which is why I don't use the ice materia very often. Therefore, Shiva is not going to be very useful. Robotic enemies are obviously weak to thunder. Flying enemies are going to be weak to wind attacks. So it's pretty steady across the board as far as, you know, Final Fantasy games and their enemies and their weaknesses. They're pretty much all the same. So if you know the combinations well enough, you don't really need the sense materia. If you want to use it, no problem with it. I don't know if I've explained this earlier because it's been a while since I've actually done a recording, so I apologize if I've explained this already. But there is a set of materia in this game called Master Materia, and what these Master Materia do, each materia has all of the magics that are in that category contained in one materia. So, and there's only three Master Materia, even though there's multiple categories. There's the Master Magic Materia, Master Command Materia, and Master Summon Materia. Those are the only three Master Materia. And as by my explanation, they do obviously what they say. All the Master Magic Materia has all the magics in the game that you can cast through the green materia. It's not like all magics in the game, it's just all the magics that you can cast through the green materia. Same thing with the yellow Master Command Materia. You can use all the command materia in the yellow commands, the yellow command materia. And then finally, the red Master Summon Materia allows you to cast all the summons available through all the red materia. In order to get, there's another way to do this, but one of the ways to get the Master Materia is to master all of the materia of each category. Remember that each materia gains AP. So, in order to master materia, you have to gain enough AP to max out the AP that materia can hold. Once you do that with all of the materia in that particular category, you can get the master materia of that category. So if you get all the magic materia and you master every master all those materia, you can turn that materia in at a certain spot, which I will explain later, and get a Master Magic Materia, which will have one materia that will have all the magics available in those green magic materias. Very nice, very compact, very easy to use. I will very likely not be getting any of the Master Materias in this game, because in order to do that, it's going to require me to level up materia that I have no desire in using. For example, Seal and Heal here on the screen, and Revive, the three of these four materia that you see here on the screen, I have no desire to ever use, because there's other materia that I can get that will be better than these materia, or they do a skill that I don't care to have. For example, Seal Magic casts debuff type materia that will stop enemies. For example, it'll cast like I believe silence and skill status afflictions like that. They cast status afflictions is my point. And as I've explained, I don't care for status afflictions in this game, because once the battle is over, the status afflictions are gone with the exception of KO. And casting status afflictions on enemies really isn't that necessary because you're powerful enough with your physical attacks and your magic attacks that you should be able to overwhelm any enemy without needing to succumb to having to use status afflictions, status conditions. So the only time I'll ever actually use status ailment type moves is probably Eris's Seal Evil, which casts Silence and Stop on all enemies. Other than that, I don't really care. There are some exceptions where fighting an enemy that is susceptible to a status condition, I will use it, but it's very rare. So rare that I don't want to get Seal or Heal, which is actually kind of the opposite of Seal. Heal cures status ailments. It's not a cure materia, so don't be confused by that and cure materia. Heal and cure are two different materia. Cure casts the cure magic skills, magic abilities that restore your HP. Heal does not do that. Heal has abilities like Asuna, Poisona, those abilities which remove status ailments. The reason I don't want that materia is because there's plenty of items that do that. Items are easy to buy, easy to come by, and easier to use instead of having to waste MP to cast a skill that an item can do much better. And then obviously I don't need Revive because I have Phoenix Downs. Revive does exactly what you think it does. It casts life. I forget what it's called here in my using that name mod that I have, but essentially it's life 2, and then I think there's like a third version which I believe resurrects the party member with full health. I think, I'm not exactly sure, but essentially Revive brings the character out of KO, which again is not necessary because I have Phoenix Downs. I'd rather use a Phoenix Down than waste MP on a Revive. So, of the five materia you see here on the screen, only one is useful to me, and that's Restore, and I already have the 3 that I need. I don't need to get any more materia. Because like I said, stacking materia on one character doesn't improve its magic. It doesn't make it stronger. So, I won't be getting the Master Magic materia, or the Master Materias at all, because I won't be getting all the materia in the game, because I'm not going to be maxing them out for AP in order to get the Master Materias. I don't care for that. Now, one more reference I want to make to this Master Materia thing before I let this subject go. It's like I said, all the magic materia must be mastered in order to get the Master Magic materia, and all the summon materia, all the summons in the game, must be obtained and maxed out on AP as well. The only exception to that rule is the command materia. I don't know which commands you don't have to get, but you don't have to get all of the command materias. You have to get most of them, but not all of them. And I forget exactly which ones you have to get, or which ones you don't get. I guess there'd be a smaller list. But you have to get most, but not all, of the command materias, max them out all on AP, turn them in, and you'll get a Master Command Materia. Same thing with the summons. Now, as you know, there are other classes of materia. There's independent materia, the purple ones, and there's paired materia, the blue ones. Well, the materia that you paired, you get like all materia, which gives you the ability to cast magic on all enemies. There is no Master Independent and Master Paired materia, because basically that would just be too complex and too difficult to actually have all of the independent materia, have all the passive abilities in the game in one materia. That would just be, it would just be too complex. You'd have too many independent abilities, all passive abilities, working together at once, and some probably conflict with each other. Same is probably true with the paired materia. You have all these different paired abilities like Elemental, and then All, and things of that sort. You have all of those combined into one materia would just be too complex and too difficult to actually be used efficiently and effectively. So that's why there is no Master Paired or Master Independent materia. So, okay, with that out of the way, there's nothing more we can do here. We don't need to get any materia from him. But I wanted to show you we could get some of those materia in case you do want to get all of the materia and try to master them out. Oops, I want to go back in there. Alright, let's go into this way now. And here, we can go up here, talk to this guy up here, and he's got some weapons to sell. Now, as you can see, all the weapons we have here, with the exception of the diamond pin, are weapons that we already have. Why? Because we stole them. And this is actually the very first time you can actually buy the Hard Edge, Grand Glove, Atomic Scissors, and Striking Staff. So if you remember where we got these particular weapons, we got the Hard Edge and the Striking Staff in Midgar. Striking Staff we got from the train graveyard in near Sector 7. The Hard Edge we got in the Shinra Tower from the Soldier Thirds, and the Atomic Scissors we got just outside of Midgar from the sweepers on the way to Calm. And the Grand Glove we got from the Madoge, again, whatever they're called, the chain ball guys from the Mithril Mine. So this shows you just how far ahead in the game stealing those items are, and how good the steel materia is. That you can get weapons that are so far ahead that we're just now reaching the point that you can buy them. So that's a good sign. Now the diamond pin, I forget where you can. I think you can steal this item as well, but I believe you can get something better pretty soon anyway. And I don't think I'll be having Red in my party anytime soon because I want to work up Yuffie's limit breaks. So I'm not going to bother getting the diamond pin right now. Obviously, another example is the boomerang. We got the boomerang from those impulses at the forest, and there it is right there. So that's how powerful the steel materia is. It's a very good materia, and will still be good throughout the game. So for now, we're not going to bother getting any weapons from him. We go downstairs here. We're going to see some people that we know, but fortunately can't recognize us. Right here is Rude. No, I don't think we're going to take our mask off. That would be too bad of an idea. Alright, let's just go ahead and move on back out. Not much you can really do here. I think you can talk to a few people. I don't think there's anything interesting they have to say. You don't get any items or anything off of them, so there's really no point. Let's go to this next shop here. And she has items, I believe. Yeah, potions, high potions, Phoenix Downs, antidotes, eye drops, echo screens. I want to buy a few more. I always want to make sure I have at least 10 hypers. I just need 5. I want to have at least 5 of each, just in case. No, I'll go ahead and go 10. I'll go ahead and go 10. Just to always have plenty, just in case I'm far from a shop and don't have easy access to these two. Because I always want to be able to either inflict fury. I'll just say it this way: inflict fury or remove fury when I need to for the limit breaks. And then I have only 4 tents. Let's go and buy 2 more tents. I got 6. Okay. I'm not going to bother buying any curative items because you get plenty of them throughout the game. And again, status ailments don't really affect you that much. Alright, so we're done at this store. Let's go to the next store. Oh, this is in the store. I remember this. Okay. We can get a few free items here. Let's go around here. If I can get this guy to navigate. Let's talk to this guy here. Okay. Now, you can't really see it, but right next to Cloud, you see a little guy with a blue hat right there. That's another soldier. We talk to him. He's going to let us in. We go in. And we end up jumping down to this level where we can actually revisit some of the people that were in Midgar when the plate fell. This is another training area where where you picked up the things like the one all materia and ether. They taught you how to use boxes, and you could get a list of questions that you could ask to get information about how to play the game. The most important reason I came down here was this yellow materia down here, our second enemy skill materia. Now, unfortunately, the good thing is we have now 2 enemy skill materials we can put on our allies. Downside is we can't cast enemy skill materials on ourselves. Well, we can, but it doesn't work the way you hope it would. So, say we have, let's say we have Eris in our party, and she has the enemy skill materia that has Matra Magic. She can't cast Matra Magic on another character who has a second enemy skill equipped that doesn't have Matra Magic. Casting it on them will not work. The magic, the enemy skills must come from an enemy. So, obviously we can't cast Matra Magic on ourselves to make the other materia learn it. However, you can have two enemy skill materia on one person, and if the enemy casts that skill on that one person, both materia will learn that skill, as long as neither materia has it. I know it sounds kind of complex, so let me be specific. Let's use Matra Magic for example. Let's just say, for example, we have two enemy skill materia, and neither one has Matra Magic. If an enemy casts Matra Magic on Eris, who has both enemy skill materia attached to her, both enemy skills will learn Matra Magic. However, let's say that one enemy skill already has Matra Magic, the other does not. If an enemy casts Matra Magic on Eris, that the second materia that does not have Matra Magic will not learn it, because the first enemy skill materia already has it. So, if you want to learn skills quickly, you want to equip all your enemy skill materia on one person, and then spread them out later, in order to learn the enemy skills on one character. But just keep in mind that if any of your enemy skill materias already have one of those skills equipped, any that don't have it will not get it if it's been cast on it. I hope that kind of makes sense to you. So it's not bad to have your enemy skills attached to one person. Most of the time you want to spread them out, especially for those that have enemy skills that cast a skill on all enemies, because then no matter what, all your enemy skill materias are going to pick up that skill, whether somebody else has it or not. So, again, using that example, if the enemy skill with Matra Magic is on Eris, but the enemy skill that does not have Matra Magic is on Cloud, an enemy casts Matra Magic, obviously Eris won't learn it again, but Cloud's enemy skill will, because it hasn't learned it, and there's not another materia around to essentially block the learning. Does that make sense? Alright. Now we have a second enemy skill materia. We can go ahead and head on out. Not going to be doing any fighting for a while, so I'm not going to bother equipping it. But what I will do eventually, we're going to be leaving the Eastern continent pretty soon, as you can tell by what I've talked about the storyline. But I will eventually come back here to learn some of the enemy skills we haven't got already on the second enemy skill. We'll learn some enemy skills that we haven't got on either skill. And there's going to be some that we're going to learn that, so there's some skills that were available on the Eastern continent that'll be available once we cross the ocean. But I will be spending a lot of time gathering a lot of enemy skill, all the enemy skills that I can. Well, all of them in the game. Because I want to go and try to get them all for you. Nothing's probably didn't do anything except whine and scratch his neck. But if we come up here, we can get this item over here, which is a mine source. And we pick this up, a 135th soldier. What this little thing is, it's an interesting little item. It's down here in the bottom. 135th soldier. The description says, Shinra armored attack soldiers 12 in the set. Now, one would think, by looking at this item and that description, that means there will be 12 of these items in the game. No. I believe there is only 2. I have no idea what the point of this item was supposed to be. You can't actually use them in battle. It's not an item you should use at all. I don't even think you could use these throw materia. I don't even think you can use throw with it. I'm not sure if this was intended to be some kind of hidden battle item that you could use in the game and they cut it out, or maybe you're supposed to be able to eventually collect them all and turn them in for a special item, but they scrapped that idea for time constraints or whatever. But this 135th soldier, there's only 2 of them in the whole game. They're both here in Junon, and they have absolutely no use except to fill up your inventory slots. That's all I can say. That's all it really is. Alright, let's go in here and we can grab a luck source. We go upstairs. Go in here. Grab this power source. What does this guy have to say? Okay, so I guess he's trying to become a soldier. We can pick up this, which is a guard source. And there's nothing in here, except another dog. Alright, we're going to go out now. Go down here past this puppy. Over here, nothing we can really do. We can talk to that soldier. I don't think he has anything interesting to say. Pass under the bridge here. We can go down here. But I don't think there's anything to do down here either. Soldiers here. Okay. A submarine dock at the underwater Mako reactor. Okay. So Junon has a Mako reactor, of course, because pretty much every Shinra city built has a Mako reactor in it. This one's underwater. Interesting. Alright, let's continue on this way. We got some more shops we can look at, so let's head in here. Actually, this is where the other Turks are: Elena, Elena, Reno, and Song. You can only talk to Elena and Reno because you can't quite get to Song because the chairs won't let you. Oh, he is, huh? Okay. Fascinating conversation, wasn't it? Alright, let's go on to the next place. There's another inn here. I think this is a cheap inn. Like 30 gil. Yeah, I don't need to rest. There's also a save point here. You come up here, go down here. There is not an item here. Am I thinking of something else? I'm probably getting ahead of myself. I don't want to save right now. Let's go upstairs. There's a lady here we can talk to. Let's talk to her. They all welcome us. And we talk to this guy here. Yeah. Alright, what does he got? He has materia also. Good, he's got some more magic materia. He's got fire, ice, lightning, earth, and poison. Now, I already have plenty of fire materia and plenty of lightning materia. I don't need any more. I'm not going to buy any ice materia because, like I've said, there's not a lot of enemies that are weak to ice, so it's kind of a pointless skill to have. So I'm not going to bother buying it. I don't really see any reason to have any earth materia because I really have the strongest elements that are going to be necessary in the game, which is fire and lightning. Those are going to be the two that I'm going to use the most often. I already have poison materia, which I'm going to be using most often for tying to a certain paired skill that I'll explain much later, not spoil here. I don't really have much desire to use the earth materia. What the earth magic is originally called Quake. What it does, it causes obviously earth damage to any enemies that are on the ground. Any flying enemies are completely immune to earth magic, so it's a pointless skill to have. I really don't see the need for having earth magic, so I'm not going to bother getting it. But if you're trying to, like I said before, max out the AP on all the magic materia, you definitely want to use this opportunity to get this earth materia. Alright, nothing I even want to buy here, so we'll move on. We go upstairs. Talk to this guy here. So you used to be a soldier, huh? Well, sure, there's 3 ladies down there. Alright, and he sells a couple of accessories. Silver glasses and a headband. As you can see what they do, these are status prevention items. I usually will never ever use any of these kind of items unless I just don't have any other space for them. Anytime I get any items like this, I'll probably just sell them. Again, as you see, this protects against darkness, which is supposed to reduce your attack accuracy, and headband protects against sleep, which makes sleep speaks for itself. These kind of accessories I will usually always sell when I get them because I have no need to protect myself from status ailments, except on very, 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 very rare occasions. Usually, any kind of accessories I'll get, or any accessories I will use, will be things like this power wrist here, things that increase certain stats like strength or vitality, or there are some accessories that actually prevent, nullify, or even absorb, which cures you from certain magical elements. Like there's some accessories that, when equipped, will, when you're hit with a lightning-based attack, for example, instead of taking damage from that lightning-based attack, you'll take no damage from it, or actually absorb it, and instead of taking damage, it'll actually heal you. So that's really nice. Those will come a little bit later, and those will be the only accessories I ever use. Any accessories that prevent status ailments, I have no interest in. Alright, so let's head all the way back down here now. And out. Head over to this store. And this is the one I was looking for. You come in here, there's this guy resting here. You shouldn't talk, yeah, I know. Come down here, this yellow item. You get a speed source. We'll go upstairs. And in here, where the Shinra manager is... Remember this guy from the Junon, from the Midgar train. Is the other 135th soldier. And I thought there was one more source in here. Am I thinking of someplace else? Or maybe I've got them all already. I thought there was one more source I was missing. Let's check this one. I'm pretty sure it's not in here. This is another weapons store. I don't think he has anything different from the other weapons store we saw earlier. Actually, I think he even has less than that. Okay. Yeah, his weapons are actually weaker than the weapons that were at the other store. He's got the Mithril Saber, Cannonball, Mithril Claw. These are things I think we could buy at the store in Calm. I think these were available there. Alright. We're done here. We're actually ready to commit with the Rufus send-off, and we will do that once we pass through this door in the next episode of Final Fantasy VII. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and thanks so much for watching. I'm Scoryth, the Crimson Renegade, and I'll see you later.